checks and balances.
Checks and balances?
Yeah. Yeah, checks and balances. Sucker, fuck Yahweh, nigga. He was fucking that bitch, Mary Magdalene, and didn't want to share that pussy with John, Peter, Paul, Mark, Luke, and Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy was in the Bible too, but they don't talk about it. Yeah, Jimmy was in the Bible. Yeah, Jimmy, Jesus' daddy. Yeah, y'all think, what was Jesus? They say Jesus' daddy name. No, Jimmy, Jesus' daddy. Y'all, who was Mary married to? Joseph. No, that's why Joseph was mad. Joseph knew he hadn't fucked Mary. Jimmy was sneaking and fucking Mary. That's why they won't talk about Jimmy in the Bible. Fuck y'all can't. Niggas always a no good rotten ass nigga somewhere. Fuck you don't want to eat with Jesus. Judas wasn't the only rotten motherfucker. Jimmy was Jesus' daddy. That's the story I'm gonna tell. Fuck you talking about, nigga? I'm finna start making up shit. You niggas making up shit, but the Hebrew talk. It was Jimmy, Doctor. It wasn't Joseph. Joseph was the one Mary told. But Joseph was going around telling everybody Mary was pregnant, trying to play like she was a virgin. But everybody knew it was Jimmy sneaking and fucking Mary, and that was Jesus' daddy. God made Joseph be quiet when Joseph couldn't talk no more. So now it was Jimmy. Jimmy was going around telling everybody he had been fucking Mary. So that's why Jesus was born in the manger. Jimmy told everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna go to making up shit. They letting these Hebrew niggas change the story and talk about Jesus black, and then he was, yeah. I'm sick of this shit. Yeah, I got a new Bible story. Yeah, it was Jimmy. It wasn't Joseph. What's up with it, nigga? Yeah, it was Jimmy. It wasn't guy. Come around inside.
Yeah. What's happening with you?
Yeah. Tell these people about Jimmy. It wasn't Joseph.
Yeah.
There was a nigga named Jimmy in the Bible that they won't tell.
Oh, Mary.
Yeah, Mary. Yeah, Joseph and Mary.
Shit, they finna get stoned to death and they had to come up with a hell of a lie.
They had to come up with a hell of a lie. They say Mary was a virgin, God came down.
Oh man. One of the best lies I done seen so far out here, man. Had me dying laughing last night. I couldn't stop laughing, man. Shoot, I was laughing so hard, man. Man, I was cracking up, man. Top of the morning to y'all, man. I had to replay it to listen to it. Oh man, I had to replay it to listen to it. It's too funny, man. Too funny. Charles to be going in on you clowns, man. But I want to respond to some of those things that were being said. You know what I'm saying? As far as these Hebrewites go, I don't know what they've been taught, where they came from, who or what. You know what I'm saying? But what I do know is some of the things that they've been taught, that they tell people or say to people, is not true. There is black people not part of no damn 12 tribes of Israel. That's a whole different thing from us. Has nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. So I do want to say to Charleston that I learned that from the Bible, that we're not part of the 12 tribes of Judah. That's where I learned it from. Now, I don't know where you learned it from, but you're correct. We're not part of that. You know what I'm saying? So we're both on the same page with that. Now, I know you probably, if you do see this, you probably look at me like, oh, this nigga ain't got nothing but 21, 22 subscribers. He ain't on my level. This nigga broke, blah, blah, blah. But hey, nobody said you had to have money to agree with somebody or disagree with them. You don't have to have money to agree. So in this case, you know what I'm saying? Well, in most cases, I'm always agreeing with you. But in this case, I'm agreeing with you and disagreeing with you at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to get to that later. But as far as these Hebrew Israelite dudes, you know what I'm saying? Nah, they on some other stuff, man. And I advise people not to even try to get into all these different religion factions, man. Study what you already got. You got to get your Greek linear Bible. Greek linear Bible. Get you a strong STRONG exhaustive concordance. Exhaustive, EXHAUTIVE, if that's how I spell, if it's with a C, EXCHAUT, or whatever. You know how to spell exhaust. Look it up. Concordance. Look it up. Concordance. Concordance, okay? I'm not finna sit out here and spell all the dang on words for y'all. I didn't win no damn spelling bee to be sitting here and try to be spelling. You know what I'm saying? Just look it up, okay? That's all I'm gonna tell you. Look that up. But anyway, shoot. Anyway, so what the fellas was saying last night, because it was other people in the conversation, and what everybody was saying was kind of true. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody. No, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. No, everybody wasn't saying the truth. It was a lot of funny stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was just funny listening to those guys blurt out answers and say certain things. It was just funny. But Charleston was right on the head, you know, when he said, yeah, we're not part of that. We're a different part. We're a different kind of people. So let me explain that part to you. There's two types of Israels, okay? There are Jew Israels who used to be called Hebrew. Now, I learned this from the Bible, okay? I learned this from the Bible. Like I said, you can learn it too. You might not be able to teach yourself. You need a Bible teacher to teach you these Greek words, what they mean, what they say, and how to look them up. So you're gonna need somebody to teach you. So, you know, me, I had a white pastor. So I got a white pastor that teaches this. You know what I'm saying? Teaches how to read and go how to find words. He don't just tell us and we just take what he said and run with it. He actually shows us where and how to find it and what to look up and what to type in our strong concordance. Matter of fact, you can look up strong exhaustive concordance online and it'll tell you. You know, but it's on this one here that I'm recording on. But anyway, let me see if I can show you to you on here on my other one real quick. Man, I just got people calling and calling and calling and calling. Anywho, I'm trying to prove something here. Okay, let me show y'all something, right? Okay. See right there? If y'all can see that, I don't know if y'all can see that. See, strong exhaustive concordance. I'm sorry, I did say a C. EXHAUSTIVE. There you go. There's the spelling and there's everything. You see that? You can read it. Okay. It's a Strong's exhaustive concordance of the Bible. Okay. They go to Hebrew stuff there for you Hebrew Israelites. Wait a minute, let me scroll back up. Okay, I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm gonna let it focus. There we go. And you see under it, it says Greek. Hebrew and Greek. So for you Hebrew Israelites, y'all need to go and use this and study it and really know what it means. Because y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And I do agree with that. Y'all on something else. Everybody got their own way of thinking and they misleading people. You know what I'm saying? They take a few things out the scripture and they, for example, let me show you how this works, right? So since I have I don't own a Greek linear Bible, I go online and I use the online version. But I got one coming. I do have the strong concordance, the hard copy. I got the actual book, but I like this because this goes into a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But the book is for just in case they shut all this down because it's coming. So anyway, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna come. So my pastor told me look up Gentile light, right? So I typed in Gentile light. Okay, see that? I'm gonna let it focus. You see that? Because I'm in the Greek, so that's what it says, Greek search. Okay, I'm searching Gentile light, right? You know what I'm saying? So I hit go, you know. And so, as you can see, it tells you what everything means. It tells you what it means when you type in Gentile light. You see that, guys? You see that? Everybody sees that who's watching this. Whoever checks this out, you see that? You see the words on that? You can read and see what it's saying. Okay? So that's how you, if you get stuck, you want to know something, that's what you use to look up the words. Okay? And it's going to tell you what they mean and what it means. So whenever you see Gentile light in the Bible, I mean in Isaiah, in Solomon, the Psalms, and all that stuff, this right here is going to tell you the meaning of all of those that Gentile light is found in every section of the Bible. It's going to tell you what it means, the verses, everything, where it comes from, and everything. It's going to tell you. So here's a tool that you all can use to study the Bible. Now, I just showed you online, so those of you who watching this and who sees this, y'all know what to do. You know what I'm saying? But now, here's what I want to say, right? Here's what I want to say about the Hebrew Israelites. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know they existed either. I did not know. This is how I found out they existed, right? I was watching the Wu-Tang series on Hulu, and when the Jizza and his partner, they was the 5% of people, right? And then you had they was across, I think, selling some merchandise or something. Then you had the Hebrew Israelites that was across from them, and they going back and forth. Why? That's what, like, wow. I say, man, I ain't know these guys been around. Well, let me take that back. I didn't know they've been around that long. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't my first time seeing them. That was my first time looking at all the history. I didn't know they'd been around that long. I didn't know they was around since the 90s. I never heard of the 5%ers I heard of. The Muslims, Hebrew Israel, only Hebrews I knew was the ones from the Bible, from Israel. Okay, so let me explain that to y'all, right? So, Jacob name was changed to Israel. They were Hebrews at first. That's who they were. So Jacob's name was changed to Israel because Israel is the nation that they had became after they were freed from Pharaoh. Israel, the Hebrews became a nation, which is Israel, which went to the name Jews. They were called Jews. The Hebrew thing, that's Moses and them. That's Joshua and all that. That's them. Everybody after that, and so on, is Jews. That's why in the New Testament, Jesus always talk about the Jews. He don't say the Hebrews, he said the Jews. Because the Hebrews are the Jews. They are the new version, the new next generation of the ancient Hebrews. Okay, they're the younger generation. They are a nation. Jacob had 12 sons. That's where the 12 tribes come from. Black people was not involved in that. The Bible is a Jewish book. We come in the New Testament. That's where we come in at. That's what Charleston White is saying about the nigga. The nigga come in the New Testament. Why you think when you get ready to do something wrong, something inside you tells you don't do it? That ain't no damn conscience. That's God. That's God, because it went from regular Israel, which is the people over there now, to spiritual Israel when Jesus died and rose again. It became spiritual Israel. All the old rituals the Jews used to practice in ancient times died on the cross with Jesus, and the new church was birthed when he was resurrected. That's what this is all about, y'all. Y'all gotta read and study these words. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I don't listen to no nigga, and I don't, you know what I'm saying, besides my pastor, and I don't listen to them Hebrew Israelites. I don't listen to them damn Muslims. I don't listen to them unless they speaking something about black people or they giving some advice on how to go about doing things. Other than that, as far as their religion, I don't get into no religion battle with people. You know what I'm saying? That's a subject that nobody is going to want to understand or try to understand, because people want to have and lean to their own understanding. You know what I'm saying? Instead of reading, researching, learning what these words mean. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that. You know, the King James, they say the King James was written by a white man. Yeah, it was written by a bunch of Roman Catholic people. You know what I'm saying? But pretty much it's 90% accurate. It's 90% accurate. Now, you want 100%, you got to get the Greek Bible, the Greek linear Bible with the English words and the Greek words. Don't focus on the English words, focus on the Greek words. Focus on the Greek words. Learn and look up and know what they mean. If you don't, and you have an issue, I got a teacher who can teach you and show you how to read the Greek words what's feminine gender, masculine gender. A lot of y'all don't remember nouns, pronouns, adverbs, adjectives. A lot of that plays a part. Secondly, you have to do the history on the customs and idioms of the ancient world to know how they talk, how they act, how they walk. Just like what we do, you know what I'm saying? People study how we walk, how we talk, how we act. You have to do that the same way. How you gonna understand what they did and used to do if you in this 2022 mind state? You're not going to understand that. The way they used to do things, hell, we don't even listen to old music from 10 years ago. We don't even go research and find out who Tupac was. We don't go research and look at Eazy-E. We don't even go back 10 years, 20 years to find out who people are. So you think people finna go back 1,000 years, 2,000, 4,000 years and study something, man? Come on, let's be real. No. So it has to be told. It has to be told so people can go look and go find that. Now, it's up to you if you believe it or not. I'm just pointing you into the direction. You want to learn something on your own? You want to figure this out? Here's the way to do it. Because that's what was taught to me. Well, it doesn't hidden from me. And I learned this from a white man. So that's why I agree with Charleston. That's why I agree with him at. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he right. I'm sticking to the Peckerwood. No offense if my pastor seeing this. There's no disrespect to you. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I got an audience. You know what I'm saying? So if you watching this and you see this and you see me doing what I'm doing, just know, you know what I'm saying? It's all fun. It's all internet talk. It's all internet stuff. But I got to get people to understand they can't keep listening to these folks that don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I have to back Charleston up on that. And I know you don't need my backup. I know you don't need my backup, nigga. But that ain't the point. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the point. Right is right and wrong is wrong. So that ain't the point. But, you know, I'm supporting your claim. You know what I'm saying? I'm supporting what you're saying. So this all in good spirits, my nigga. You know, everybody up north ain't dumb. You got one nigga out of every group. You know what I'm saying? You said it yourself. You said it yourself, Charleston. You said it yourself. You said, man, you paying attention. Remember when you made that face about them greens? That was me. Yeah, that was me that paid attention to that. Yeah, I do be paying attention. So I'm not like the rest of these niggas up here in the north, man. And, you know, I'm not trying to brag and say I'm the smartest nigga or the toughest niggas. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I do be watching. I do be observing stuff. So I just want to throw that out there, you know what I'm saying? And I pay attention, you know what I'm saying? I just don't say nothing. I speak when spoken to and when it's need to be said, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like this need to be said. I felt like this need to be heard, you know what I'm saying? So whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's whatever right now. But, you know, as far as what the Hebrew Israelite dudes be on, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they be mean and they be, that's why I don't talk to them. I don't say nothing to them niggas. I keep moving. I don't say nothing to the Muslims. They walk up with that paper, roll the window up. Hebrew Israelite holding that Bible, talking on that mic, I'll walk right past them. Because neither one of them don't know anything. Neither one of them don't care about the history, where it comes from and where it was going. And they don't care. They just found something they can hold on to so these niggas don't have to work, so these niggas don't have to do whatever it is they need to do to be productive citizens. They find an excuse to get out of it. To get out of their responsibility. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing it, I can't work, I can't do this, I can't take care of kids, I can't go, I gotta do this, like that's important. Nigga, you made this stuff, y'all made this stuff up. Black people are not regular Jewish people, Hebrew people from the ancient world. We're not that. That's dead, that's over with, nigga. It's either spiritual Israel and regular Israel. If you're not regular Israel, you're not from over there, you're not talking that language, you're not wearing the little black thing on your head, you know what I'm saying? Forget it. If you with Christ, you with Jesus, you're spiritual. It's a difference. That's what I say, you gotta study. It's a spiritual Israel. That person that we call a conscience, that's God telling you, hey man, that's wrong, don't turn down that corner. You turn down that corner anyway, you get in trouble. And you be saying to yourself, damn, I should have listened to my first mind. Why the hell I ain't listened to my damn first mind? My first mind told me not to go down that street. Now I'm in trouble with the police. 9 niggas done shot at me, they shot me. That's the spiritual Israel, nigga. That voice that tell you, don't do nothing wrong, or that's wrong. Be productive, don't get angry. That voice that told Chris Rock, don't steal on Will Smith. Don't hit him back. That's the spiritual Israel. That's the spiritual Israel. That's instilled in the people that are chosen and predestined again, everybody's not going to heaven. You know what I'm saying? There are people who are predestined to go to heaven, which means they were handpicked before they were born. You were handpicked to do what you're doing before you were born. So if you were handpicked to be destructive, then that's what you're gonna do. If you're handpicked to save lives and help people, that's what you're gonna do. If you're handpicked to be an atheist, that's what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? We all are picked to do certain things. Why you think we can't reach certain people? Why you think we can't talk to certain people? So that's why Charleston is saying what he's saying, and ain't no nigga gonna change his mind. Because he's supposed to say that. He's supposed to talk like that. God put him in a position to do that. Everybody's put in a position to do and be who they want. I mean, be what God wants them to be. Man, I can show y'all some stuff that'll blow y'all mind. Y'all think I'm a damn Hebrew Israelite the way I be talking, but I ain't. I ain't none of that. I'm just me. I ain't gotta go to no building and serve and do all that. You know what I'm saying? When I know I can drop on my knees right now and praise and serve God. I ain't gotta go to no building and do it. That's how deep I am, man. I ain't here to change nobody, man. I can care less. Cause y'all supposed to act this way. Y'all supposed to do that. The Hebrew Israelites supposed to be the way they are. Charleston supposed to say what he's supposed to say. That's how God made it. That's how he wanted. You can't change nobody's mind. So, like my pastor taught me, some people are fitted for the wrath of destruction. And there's nothing we can do about it. And it's in the Bible. I ain't got time. I ain't got no Bible in front of me. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm relaxing. Y'all see what I'm doing. I got my medical this morning. So y'all see what I'm doing. I ain't got time to be flipping through that right now. You know what I'm saying? If y'all want to learn it, go get your own. And go get them 2 books I told you about, or you can do it online. Whatever you want to know is there. It is there. This ain't no bullshit, man. And y'all got me cursing. Shoot, I ain't trying to be nice, but this ain't that. This ain't no bull, man. For real. This ain't that. I don't know why people be thinking, yeah, some of the stuff these niggas be making up is fake. So you gotta read it on your own. You got to look it up on your own. You got to know what's going on out here. You got to. My Negroes and my Negrorettes, y'all got to know this. I can't keep sitting here. I be hearing people going back and forth. They arguing. They mad at the world. Man, listen. There is no right way for anybody to explain religion. There's no right way. Everybody got a wrong way. Everybody got it their way. You know what I'm saying? Stick to the Bible. Stick to that book. If you don't believe it, that's because you're not supposed to. See, I don't get mad. See, y'all catch feelings. And Charleston is right. Y'all catch feelings on this internet shit. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, because like I say, man, my pastor see me, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the medical and he see, you know what I'm saying? So, but I got to speak the real. You know what I'm saying? He know what I do. Well, he don't know what I do really, but he know what I do. You know what I'm saying? But I got to speak the real. I got to talk real, right? So, hell, the nigga probably want to do it with me if he see it. He probably, because he go through so much. But anyway, that's nothing to talk about. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Man, I forgot my train of thought. But anyway, let's get back to the point. So, if you look it up, if you look up these words and you find out what these words mean, it'll blow your mind, especially if you try to learn the Greek language and learn what they saying. It'll blow your mind. It'll blow your mind, man, that you find out that this don't mean that and that don't mean that. I had to find that out. I had to look up the definition of the words, but I had to look up the definition of the Greek words. I started with that first. You know what I'm saying? Before I, because the English is easy. English dictionary gonna tell you something different, and sometimes it have the same definition. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. But when you look up that Greek word, man, it's gonna tell you where it's at in every passage of the Bible. It's gonna tell you what it means. So when you read that passage, you like, oh, what? I thought this meant this. And then you read it again, and you keep reading. You go to verse after verse after verse after verse after verse. You read the whole chapter. Once you get an understanding of those meanings of those words, blow your mind. You be like, oh, wow, I didn't know this mean that. I didn't know that this was this, but you have to have a teacher too. Everybody has to have a teacher. Nobody's born. It's only maybe what 1% of us that's born real smart. Everybody ain't born real smart. So you need a teacher. Some of us have to go to school. Some of us need a math teacher. You know what I'm saying? Some of us need a reading teacher. You know what I'm saying? You need a Bible teacher. You need a real Bible teacher. It's going to teach you how to break these words down. And ain't no pastor doing it but my pastor. Nobody's doing that. No black church. You can't go to no black church. You can't go to Joel Osteen. You can't go to none of them where they break it down to you, the meaning of these words. Now, after the meaning of these words are broken down, you look it up in the dictionary, you look it up in your strong concordance, you put 2 and 2 together, you listen to what he's saying, you're reading the Greek alphabets and you're studying the words, and you know how to put the A, which is the alpha symbol. You know what I'm saying? You know how to put that symbol with another symbol, with this symbol, with that symbol to make one word. And you look it up and you say, oh, okay, this would, you need somebody to teach you that. If you ain't got nobody to teach you that, yeah, you're going to say this ain't real, that's fake, this ain't that, this ain't this, and this ain't that. And that goes for both parties. You know what I'm saying? That goes for both parties. So, you know, a lot of people, man, F this religion stuff. But I be looking at people like, if you knew what I knew, you would take that back. See, I don't get in my feelings. I know niggas are supposed to be the way they are. You know, I enjoy watching Charleston because I know he's supposed to be who he's supposed to be. I ain't mad at him. Things that he say, things that he do, I know he's supposed to do that. God got him doing that for whatever reason God got him doing that for. You know what I'm saying? That's between God and Charleston. So I don't know why niggas be catching feelings on this stuff. Why niggas be trying to prove a point? Get off that symbolism stuff, y'all. Stop trying to prove a point to a nigga who just told you he don't give a damn about your point. Stop trying to prove it. You know what I'm saying? You either enjoy it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell y'all that it's supposed to be like this. Ain't no change in their minds, y'all. You can't change Charleston mind. You can't change the Hebrew Israelites mind. Their mind is made up. Charleston say F them. Hebrew Israelites got their views of things. You can't change their mind. Only thing you do is put it out here. You know what I'm saying? And if they go look and research, they got the balls to check it out, what you saying, then fine. If not, they want to stick to what they believe, let them. Who cares? That's on them. They got to deal with whatever they got to deal with. I'm still be here chilling. That's why I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no stress. I ain't got niggas talking about they trying to kill me, even though they probably won't. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got to deal with all that. I ain't got to fight the world. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to fight them yet. But after this, I bet I might have to. After this, I bet I might have to, because y'all ain't going to want to do the right things. You know, right before I saw that video last night, I was watching my pastor. He came on and, you know what I'm saying? Talking about Easter. You know what I'm saying? The paganism and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if you look at where it comes from, and you do the research of the ancient world, you'll understand that what we doing now coexists with that. I'll be telling people, y'all don't even have to read the Bible. Don't read the Bible. You don't even, I recommend that you do, but you don't have to. You got records. You got people who recorded this stuff. Now, whether they altered the documents or not, that's something different. I don't think people will go out their way to alter the documents about Easter to tell you that it's good or bad. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. All they did was just change the concept physically for you to see. That's all they did. You know what I'm saying? They didn't change the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? The paperwork still exists, saying, hey, it started as this and it lasted up until this. That's what the paperwork say. Y'all got to remember, they're not trying to hide this stuff. They're not trying to hide this stuff because they already got a grip on us. They already know we gonna still hold on to it. We still gonna do it. They already know that. That's why they don't care. It's when somebody start rising up against them. That's when they gonna start caring. When you start rising up against them with this stuff and you start fighting back with this, that's when they gonna do something like they always do. Like they always do. Just like with Cat 19, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. Yeah, that little cat. Yeah, that little cat, man. Cause you can't, you can't say the, you know what I'm saying? So I call it cat. You know what I'm saying? Because it get you like AIDS. It take you down, boy. You know what I'm saying? So that cat ain't no joke, man. I'm telling you, that cat ain't no joke. That cat go meow, and man, once it meow, now it give you that roar, that lion roar. And once that lion roar, nigga, once it get all up in you, ain't nothing you could do about it. So I just want to point that out. You know what I'm saying? So so I mean, come on. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all be tripping on this religion stuff, man. Y'all be cracking me up. Y'all be having me rolling. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew Israelites don't know nothing. The Muslims don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? All their religion, it comes from paganism. You know what I'm saying? The Hebrew Israelites, it was 4,000 years ago. They're no more. They are a nation called Jews. They are a nation in Israel, okay? That's the promised land God told Abraham that he wanted his people. Now, Abraham might have been a Hebrew, you know what I'm saying? But some say he was a Gentile. Some say this is how the Gentiles came into play because of Abraham. Now, that part, I haven't gotten that deep into, you know what I'm saying? But I'm looking into that, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking into that, you know? But I'm telling y'all, the New Testament pertains to us. The Old Testament is about the Jews, Moses, Joshua, Jeremiah, those guys. You understand what I'm saying? That's what the Old Testament is about. The New Testament, when Christ came, now that pertains to the Gentiles, but only the chosen Gentile church. Only the chosen people, the people that hear that voice that they call a conscience, that tells them don't go around that corner. That voice that told them don't kill this person. That voice, not the one that say go jump off the bridge, destroy yourself, kill people, murder, murder, murder. Not that voice. That's the demonic voice. That's the demon in you. That's a demon that's in you. Not a real one, not the one with the horns coming out the ground. Oh, I'm about to get you. No, nigga. No. No. When you hear that voice, and when you hear that evil voice in you, and you don't hear that other voice saying, hey, don't do that, you're not part of the pack. I'm just keeping it real. You're not part of the pack. And you can find that in Ephesians about being chosen, about being predestined. Y'all know what predestination means. You can find that. You can look that up in the dictionary. It'll tell you what it means. So y'all know what that means. Some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. Look it up. But if you ain't chosen, you would never hear that conscience that y'all call a conscience. I don't call it conscience. I call it God, Christ in me. You all don't hear that. A lot of you all don't hear that voice. And a lot of y'all hear it and ignore it and still go do what you want to do. And then when you don't like the outcome of what you did or the situation, you get mad. You know what I'm saying? And I always hear people say, man, I should have followed my first mind. Sound familiar? If that ain't proof, I don't know what it is. If that thing in you told you not to go over there and you went and you sitting there saying, I should have followed my first mind, well, that's one example. Your first mind was that conscious that I call Christ, that's in you, in me, that told us not to go over there, and we went. Now, that voice that told certain people, go over there and get in that war, and didn't tell them not to, they meant to go over there into that war and go over around that corner and fight and shoot with the gangbangers and kill with the dope dealers. They meant to go do that. Ain't nothing you could do about that. You know, when you sit down, you talk to a nigga, or you talking to somebody, and you trying to talk them out of something, they no, and they go do it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing you could say change their mind, because God already put it in their heart to do it. And he put it in your heart to not do it. But we ignore it and we do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, they do it. Ain't nothing they don't ignore. They do it because it's put in their heart to do it. We make choices. We hear that voice, "Dom, man, don't do that, man. That's wrong." "Oh man, I gotta hold it down." See, now we fighting with God. We're fighting with God. You understand what I'm saying? We're fighting. Because God's saying don't do it, and we saying we're gonna do it. And that's how that fleshly side that they talk about, our flesh, that gets in the way. Man, the human gets in the way. You know what I'm saying? Of what God is trying to do and show us. So that's why you get a lot of brothers get caught up, because they ignore that other thing telling them, yeah, your girl cheated on you, but don't go kill her. And you ignore her, you just gonna go do it. Versus somebody who girl cheated on them, and the killer voice just automatically just turn on. No, no talking them out of it, no nothing, because it's already in them. It's been put in them to do this already. You know, God works in mysterious ways. That's why I don't get into no religious battle with people. I don't get into no religious argument. I don't join cults. You know what I'm saying? Hey, how can I learn this on my own? How can I go about looking up these words when I need to make a point, to express myself, to be an example? So how do I do that? So I had to go find a person to teach me that and how to do that. And this ain't no, like I said, this ain't no false teaching stuff. But this was a white man who's teaching Bible, not preaching. And I've said this, I made videos with paperwork, real paperwork, not that what he say, that Otolamar stuff. I'm not doing Otolamar. Hey, yeah, right here. No. I put that sucker up on the screen, Jack. I put it up on the screen. You can Google it. You can look it up. Like I said, all you need, I showed you online how to do it. You know what I'm saying? It's all you need. I'm not holding it back. Yeah, I got it right here. See, yeah, it say this. It say Jesus did this and that. I got it right here, y'all. I'm not doing that. I don't play games like that, partner. Right up close and personal. I'm showing you. So, you know, like they say, believe half of what you hear, believe half of what you see. True indeed. True indeed. But when 1 + 1 = 2, what do you do then? What do you do then? Do you not believe it? Do you argue with the numbers? Do you argue with the maps? Do you argue with the spaces and where these cities and things lie? And do you, even now, look at Iraq. Iraq used to be Babylon. What did Saddam Hussein do? Try to rebuild Babylon, where Babylon was destroyed about 4,000 years ago. They got all the ancient ruins. They got everything. So I can't say them people made that up. I can't say them people just put something there, knocked it down, and say, hey, this used to be Babylon. I mean, that's too much work. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, for an example, like he was saying, you can't, you know what I'm saying? The white man wasn't killing their slaves because they spent money on them. Right. So if I spend money on the building, why would I just knock it down just to say, hey, just to, you know what I'm saying? Just to paint a narrative. You know what I'm saying? I wasted millions of dollars just to paint a narrative 4,000 years ago. That don't make 4,000 years ago, they wasn't doing that. So that don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I say too. You know what I'm saying? Like, You got all these other examples. You got, like, with the Roman Empire, you got stuff still standing up in Rome and other places that these folks used to own and run and you know what I'm saying, hide and do all kind of dirt in. You got these monumental places still standing up over there in Europe. I mean, I'm not supposed to believe that. Like, so, you know what I'm saying? I believe, you know what I'm saying? I believe what I'm reading when it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? When the words add up, when the scenarios and the way they lived and the slang they used to use back in those days, when all that adds up, when you read the Bible, not saying it's the same type of slang, they call them idioms. They use the same kind of idioms, which is another form of slang. You know what I'm saying? Like what we use, you know what I'm saying? Like they say, like we say it's raining cats and dogs, and it's not literally raining cats and dogs. So everybody takes everything that's been said literal because nobody studies how they talk, walk, what jokes they said back then. Nobody cares, right? Nobody cares. So if nobody cares to do that, how can people argue about what's true and what's not? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand that. You know, I don't understand them Hebrew guys, man. I just don't get it. Like, you gotta, they dress like they used, you know, they dress like the Undertaker to me from WWE. They dress like the Undertaker, the old Undertaker. I'm talking about before some of y'all was born, the old Undertaker. 90s. Early 90s Undertaker. That's what I'm talking about. They dress like that to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they look like. I'm just saying, nigga. These things people say don't make sense, but it do. If you look in, once you've been told the truth, it do. Because then you get to look outside, you get to look out your door. You get to say, man, wow, okay, I kind of see it. But like I say, it has to be put in you. If it's not put in you, you're not going to see it. You're not going to see it. Nobody's going to see it because that part of them has not matured yet. I don't care how old you are. You could be 100. If that part of you ain't mature yet, you're not going to see it. It's not some invisible thing either. I'm not talking about some magical, misty stuff. Like the Bible say, disobedient child won't live his days out in the land. What's happening to a lot of these disobedient children? Not just talking about us. When I say us, I mean the predestined people, the people that's, you know right from wrong. And the people that don't, he's not talking, he's in general, especially the people who have that conscience in them, that voice. That's what you call a conscience. I'm only speaking to these people who call what they hear inside them a conscience. When you hear that conscience in you, you on to something. You need to listen to it. If it tell you don't do something, listen to it. You need to give in to it. More often than you want to. Let me just say that. More often than you want to. You want to say, all right, man, I'm going to let that go. I'm going to he owe me $20. I'm going to let that $20 go. I just ain't going to get a nigga no more money. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That let go. You know, man, he called me a bitch. Let it go. Man, look. Ignore that nigga. Let me go ahead and do what I got to do. It's okay to be upset. But when you got that voice in you saying, man, don't argue with that nigga. Listen to it. Listen to it sometimes. Man, you'd be surprised the big turnaround that could happen in your life. That's real talk. You would be surprised of the big turnaround that can happen in your life. In that moment, your life can change because you listen to that voice. Now, we don't always listen to our conscience, right? We don't always listen to the Christ that's in us. We don't listen to it. No, we don't. Like I said, we make choices. We feel like being macho and being a killer is worth more than walking away. but you lose more being a killer. That's all you got. When you come on from doing 30, 40, 50 years, that's all you got is that. You ain't never went to prom. You ain't never really had sex like that. You might have had a stable girlfriend and you might got her pregnant for you left. You know what I'm saying? But man, you ain't, come on, man. You ain't got no money. Ain't nobody coming to see you. Nobody writing you. You losing a lot. You missing out on your kids growing up. So you miss out. Just to come home and say, I'm a killer? I've killed people? Brag about it? Come on, black men. We got to do better. We got to do better than this. Come on, man. No way. But there are some, like I say, those are the ones who don't hear that. They meant to be up in there. They meant to. It was fitted for them to go there. They were chosen to be examples of what not to do. Right? So that's why if you have a sibling, he's older than you or she's older than you, okay? You're supposed to learn from them of what to do and what not to do. You have to learn from the people before you. So if God made people to go through something, to make mistakes, or to either be hard-hardened like Pharaoh, then you need to learn from them. You need to learn to what not to do, to obey. Something we don't do. I'm guilty of it. Something we don't do. We're not perfect. We all sinners. Everybody done something wrong in their life. Nobody's better than the next man. So, I don't know what these Hebrew dudes be on, man. Like, so I do rock with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all wrong. I don't know what they've been taught. Who teaching them? Like, come on, man. Who teaching y'all this? Like, come on, man. Y'all really think we black folks out of 12, part of the 12 tribes? Now, I'm not saying there wasn't no dark-skinned people there in it because you had Egypt. Ain't nothing but black people, dark-skinned folks in Egypt. Come on, man. That's Africa. That's common sense. You don't need a book for that. It's right there. So it had to have been some kind of dark-skinned people there. But they wasn't part of no 12 tribes. They wasn't the 12 tribes. That's a whole nother thing. Do you know God was trying to stick to his bloodline? Y'all don't even know that. See, y'all probably like, man, what you talking about? You sound like them. No, I don't. I'm not none of them niggas. I'm me. I learned this stuff on my own. I sit down and read and learn and go research. And I have more than one and more than two sources. More than two. So if I can find this and study this on my own, y'all can too. Yes, God was trying to follow his bloodline. He was trying to keep it going. But the Jews kept falling short to sin. So he had to cut them off. People talking about, man, yeah, who Cain and Abel? I heard dudes laughed at me, cracking them. Man, who Cain and Abel? You know what I'm saying? Look, man, Cain killed Abel. So Adam and Eve's third son took the place of Abel because God favored Abel. God favored Abel. When he was killed, the third son became the second son to God. Adam's third son became Adam's new second son. He was to continue the bloodline because when Abel was born, Adam and Eve was married. When they had the third son, they were still married. That's God's covenant. Okay, marriage. That's why it's important to be married. When you're married, you have a covenant, special covenant with God. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing, you know, the Bible talks about, you know, husband, treat your wife as God treated the church or something like that to that extent. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, you know where to find that at. Look that up too. So after that, so before that, when they ate of the tree, allegedly the eyes opened up. Adam saw his wife, saw how beautiful she was, and took her. Then Took her means to have sex with her. That's how they talked. That was the language. We say after, hit it, this and that. We got all type of slang that we use that they probably wouldn't even understand. If you told one of them old ancient people back then, you know what I'm saying, yeah, I hit this bee, they gonna think you really hit her and they gonna cut your head off for hitting a woman. Let's be serious. They wouldn't understand nothing you talking about. What squad? They gonna be like, what squad? What squad? You talking about a firing squad? They would kill you talking like how we talk now. They wouldn't understand what the heck we saying. And we talking clear English. And hell, half of them didn't even speak English, so they definitely wouldn't understand what we saying. They gonna be looking at us like, and they gonna talk to us, we gonna be like, come on, man. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. We wouldn't understand them and they wouldn't understand us. Totally two different generations. Totally two different languages. Totally. But got the same type of flavor. You understand what I'm saying? Same type of flavor. Slang, swag. They had all that back then. But it wasn't called that. Took her means he had sex with her. That's what that means. And she had Cain out of wedlock, wasn't married. Then they got married and had Abel because she got pregnant. You know, come on, y'all the first two people, y'all do it quick. Everything fresh. Ain't nobody else hit that. Nobody else touched that. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Hit that. They wouldn't know what that is. But nobody had sex with her. Nobody else. Just them two. So you know she gonna get pregnant. Firsthand. First little drop. She getting pregnant. Cain was born out of wedlock. When God came to them, came to Adam, said what he said, they got married. He married them. And then they had Abel. Cain was not part of God's plan. He was not part of the lineage that God had planned. When the serpent made Eve eat that apple, and then Adam ate that apple, everything was all screwed up. Now, maybe if they would have ate the apple and got married first, and maybe did something after they got married, maybe Cain would have been lived. Maybe Cain would have been in God's good grace. Who knows? You know, Cain and Abel, they could have been a tag team duo. You know what I'm saying? Who knows if they would have did it the right way? You know what I'm saying? They would have still ate the apple and said, man, you know what? Let's get married because we still did wrong. But before we do this, you're beautiful, man. You sexy, whatever. But before we do this, let's go get married. Let's at least try to please God because we done already messed up. You know what I'm saying? But no, they didn't do that. What they did was they had sex. They started fornicating. That's what they did. Took her mean he has to have sex. They have sex. That was the way they talked for a long time. That's one of the ancient languages. That's what I'm trying to get people to see here. You know what I'm saying? This stuff ain't no fairy tale. And then of course, I believe they have Adam and Eve had more kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's how everybody else came about. So the Nephilim, right? So the Nephilim is not about angels flying out of heaven and having sex with the women and making giants. It's about the men of God. Again, God's lineage. God's lineage. You know, from Abel to what was that other son name? Hold on. Because the Bible tells you who begot who. You know. Seth. Seth is the third son, Seth. So let's see. Right, because Abel was killed. Right. That's good. All right. Mm, okay. Where is it at? Okay, right here. It says, after Seth was born, Eve said, God has granted me another son in place of Abel. And this is Genesis 4:25 through 26. So now, how did they have children, right? Some say, well, the Bible say, let's do the Bible for, let me finish this. It says, at first glance, sounds like it's saying Adam and Eve didn't have any children between Abel and Seth. It says that after the birth of Seth, Adam and Eve lived another 800 years, and he had other sons and daughters, as if there was a long period where it was just Adam and Eve and their two sons, followed by a big expansion after Seth. However, this misses a couple of things. I can't. Yeah, but anyway, so I ain't got time to read all this. So anyway, so they end up. So Adam and Eve, of course, they had other siblings. They had more kids. Them people live 800 years, man. You think they ain't gonna have no? You think they ain't gonna have no? Man, 800 years. I have about 1,000 kids if I live to be 800 years old. Shoot, That means you don't really get old till what? After 200, 300, 400, you start getting, that's when you start feeling like a real old man. You start shriveling up and shoot, from 1 all the way to 300 years, that's a long time. And I believe you probably still be young up until you about 300-400 years old. That's when, because just like now, you reach a certain age, everything start trying to break down and start slowing down. You know what I'm saying? It'd have been the same way with that. You probably reach about 200, 150, everything starts slowing down. You know how many kids I can make? And niggas don't stop producing sperm. So it's possible, you know what I'm saying, that, once they had other kids, Cain bumped into one of their daughters. It could be possible. They probably didn't know he was Cain. Or they probably don't know he was Cain from Adam and Eve. That's why God had them to live to be that old, so they can keep on multiplying and multiplying. So back to the Nephilim. So these powerful men began to mingle with the lineage of Cain people. With the lineage of Cain people. Okay? And they weren't supposed to do that. Anybody born on that side, they weren't supposed to be messing with them. Anybody that's born on this side, not supposed to be messing with the ops on that side. Let's put it to y'all like that. So what ended up happening was they end up mixing and mingling. So then they end up having these powerful men, these men that were powerful. They were God-like men. They wasn't God, but they were God-like. The way they think, the way they did things, how they constructed things and built things. Their thoughts on technology. That's how you think we come up with all this. Ain't no witch coming trying to, come on, man, that's all fairy tale. No witch doctor, nothing coming trying to, you know what I'm saying? There's another meaning for that word angel. Look in your strong exhaust concordance. I'm not gonna go into that. That's gonna tell you what I'm talking about. It don't mean them kind of angels. You know what I'm saying? It don't mean the angels from heaven. Okay, angel means messenger. So these messengers of God, these human messengers of God, mingle with these women and had children by these women. And these children became giants, not 8 feet tall people like Jack and the Beanstalk. No, giants as in Joe Biden, Putin, Barack Obama, giants, popes, all the popes throughout the 290 some popes in 2,000 years. Giants, that's what they talking about. Them kind of people, big people. Like Nebuchadnezzar, giants, smart people. They weren't supposed to mingle with them, and they did. And it created some evil people. That's why he had to flood the world. These people were so powerful, they were real evil because they were powerful. And so Noah kids turned around. Well, one of them did. The other one kind of. So they turned around. That one that they say, they claim that sexually assaulted his father. That son, no, that's not true either. He didn't sexually assault his father. That's not what that means. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I ain't got time to go into all that. This is a lot to explain, man. I'm telling y'all, it's deeper than what y'all really think this stuff is, man. It's really deeper than what they saying. I'm telling y'all, this is some real stuff here, man. So when Noah kid, he went out, he was Ham. He was cursed. He was the one cursed. You know, I don't know where they get this cursed stuff from. Black people wasn't cursed. Ham was cursed. And his lineage was cursed. Up until Christ came and changed the game for everybody. Changed the game. You understand what I'm saying? So we dealing with everything from Christ on to now. Christ and before, they ain't got nothing to do with us. That's not us. So I'm just explaining to y'all how the world came about. How those giants that they saying, not talking about no monsters, walk on you and step on you, pick you up and eat you. They're not talking about them kind of giants. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about regular human beings that look like you and I, no bigger than you and I. They're not talking about somebody like Shaq. Because the Bible say what was going on then would be going on now. So if angels was coming down and sleeping with our wives and our girlfriends, we would be having some big giant. Think about it, y'all. You think they would be doing to us what they doing to us if our girlfriends had giant kids? We wouldn't be surviving with it. How we gonna whoop them? What we gonna do? Whoop their toe? Come on, y'all. Be realistic. Let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. What they gonna do? What we gonna do? Put them on punishment? How you put a giant on punishment? How you put somebody way taller than you and bigger than you on punishment? How you tell them they can't leave? What house? They house bigger than yours. They need a real tall house to stay in. We little people. What we doing? What we telling them? Angels come down, they get our girls pregnant, they go back up and say, we're going to be deadbeat angels. Deadbeat daddy angels, huh? We're just going to leave y'all with the responsibility. They would be the ones handling that, wouldn't they? Wouldn't they be the ones being able to discipline? Because they can fly right down and hit them big old things on the head. Bam! Hit them on the head, knock them out, whatever, punish them. Do anything to them. Make them stop walking. They the ones can handle it. We little people can't handle it. Can you imagine the birth? Can you imagine a woman giving birth to a giant? She already got a hard time giving birth to our big-headed babies. What you think a giant's gonna do to that woman's vagina? Every woman be dead. We have a serious body count. We wouldn't even be able to have sex, nigga. We wouldn't be able to get nothing. You wouldn't be able to buy a prostitute, nothing. Nigga, all the women would be dead if that was for real. The women back then would have been dead if that was for real. Can you imagine a big old long, just imagine this car. They'll be about the size of this car as a baby. Just imagine that. Just imagine this big ass car, this big ass truck, coming through a woman's vaginal wall. Can y'all imagine that? No, you can't. That's what I'm saying. No, that part is fake. That's not real. That's not what it's talking about. It's talking about humans, geniuses like we got now, people who are super, super, super smart, who make up this metaverse world and all this stuff. That's what it's talking about. These are the people we got to watch out for. It's not talking about no monsters, no goblins, no werewolves, no vampires. This ain't it. That's the horror movies. That's Hollywood. It's real life, partner. They're not talking about nothing like that. So I don't know what you Hebrews be reading and studying, but that's not it, man. That's not it. They're talking about human beings. Remember Nimrod? Nimrod. Mighty Hunter? That don't ring a bell? Talk about people like that, man. People who think they're God because they have the power to decide whether you live or die, and they feel like that makes them God. That's who I'm talking about. Come on, man. And Nimrod's wife was his mother. So just to clear up all that, who they was fucking, and excuse my language again, but I gotta say it for those, you know what I'm saying, who understand it. To clear that up, right? Right there goes to show you it was other things going on back then that you would call incest, that we would call incest now. This man's wife was his mother. So, yeah. Yeah, they probably was, a lot of incest was going on way back 4,000 years ago. Yes. That's where, but like I said, it was supposed to be God's lineage. Everything is tied to God's lineage in the Old Testament. Everything. So I don't know why people fight over this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, it's just so much, y'all. It's really deeper than what y'all think. Like I said, it's just so much. It's so much that I can't even soak it all in. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I can't even soak all this stuff in. But I know somebody who can tell it better than I can, and show you and teach you how to learn it and study it. You know what I'm saying? If you really want to learn, y'all really want to know what's really going on. Because I be trying to tell people, man, like, no, man, the Bible ain't fake, man. It's just what these pastors and these Catholics be saying, man. What they saying is fake, but it's not fake. They just don't know how to explain it. Well, the Catholics know what they doing. They've been around 2,000 years. But Joel Osteen and T.D. Jakes and them, and they don't know what they don't know what they really talking about. They just been taught to read some stuff and make up their own thing of what they think it is. That's it. That's it. No. See, my pastor don't do that. He don't do all that screaming and shouting and beating on the drum. He don't do none of that. Man, he get on that board, he writes, he spell words. Like I say, man, I ain't learned adjectives, adverbs, and all this stuff in a long time. I've been out of school 20-some years almost now. So I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really, focusing on that. I'm trying to get, see the next day. You feel me? So, but when you got a pastor dedicated like that, you can't help but to listen to him. Who gonna sit down and teach you adverbs and adjectives? Who gonna do that for grown folks? You tell me, what black man, white man, regular person that's a pastor gonna do that for anybody? Who gonna do that? Who gonna sit down and write stuff on the board for you? You know what I'm saying? Who gonna do that? I'm just saying. Who gonna really sit down and teach you and show you or remind you or give you a refresher course on your adverbs, your nouns, your pronouns, your adjectives, your participles, part of speeches, and you know what I'm saying? And tell you how it go, and who gonna do that? I don't know nobody's gonna take the time out to do that, but somebody that's been called to do it. Like I say, people are called to do things. People are called to do things. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you Hebrew Israelite dudes was called to do anything. I think somebody just came up with some stuff, read some stuff, took some stuff, and said, yeah, that's us. That's what I think. I don't think y'all was really called to do anything, because y'all just like the rest of them. Y'all don't teach the right stuff. Y'all ain't talking about the right things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do kind of feel where my man coming from. I do kind of feel where my man coming from with that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nowhere in the world. Ain't nowhere in the world. We just showed up here on this planet. You can't tell me that, man. I don't believe in that Matrix crap. You can't tell me you just showed up. I don't believe in that monkey crap. We came from monkeys. I don't believe in that crap, man. You can't tell me we came from that. No, you can't tell me. Where we come from then? I ain't come out nobody asshole. I don't know about y'all. Yeah, I came out a woman's vagina. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, I did that. That was I came from God. God chose that seed in my daddy. My daddy ain't went thinking about choosing me specifically. God just put that in my mama to give me the passage to come out so I can be born and come out. He chose that. My father thought about a good time. He thought about a good time, my mama. So he wasn't thinking about which sperm he gonna choose to go in her. We don't decide that. Come on, man. We don't decide that. So come on, y'all. Let's be for real. But anyway, y'all have a good morning, a good evening, a good afternoon. I got some business to take care of. I really do want to finish this conversation, but there's so much going on, man. I don't want to, y'all do y'all, man. I ain't in that, but I just feel like some people come up with stuff just to get out of doing their responsibilities or doing their duties. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is day to day. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like people just try to look for an excuse and a way out instead of being accountable. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say it's easy to wake up in the morning, talk this, talk that, and da. That's easy. But what are you really doing? Yeah, yeah, that's right. Are you feeding people? Are you helping the community? In what ways? Are you putting money in people's pocket? What about these people that's robbing people? Why y'all ain't never around to stop that? You know what I'm saying? Or to see that, or to film that, put it on camera and give it to the police. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all ain't neighborhood watching, stuff like that. See, yeah, you become suspect after a while. Y'all doing the same thing like the Muslims. Damn near. Y'all doing the same thing like the Muslims. Just chilling. Just trying to get people to give y'all money and deceive people, man. And people ain't going for that. I ain't let for none of y'all deceive me. Like I said, I go do my own research. I don't need nobody tell me nothing. I love the game from Charleston. I love the game. I'm in it for the game, baby. You know what I'm saying? I ain't one of these niggas reaching, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get a handout, you know what I'm saying? I want the game, you know what I'm saying? I'm all about the game, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's chess and not checkers, you know what I'm saying? I just started learning playing chess a few years ago, and I'm all right at it. I beat the computer a couple times, but the computer always kicking my butt. So that lets me know I'm getting better, I'm getting good at it. So now I know it's a chess game. So I want to learn from the master, the chess master. Hey, and Charleston stepped up to the plate as the chess master. Like he said, he said a puppet master, but I call it the chess master, because nigga, you playing chess while everybody else playing checkers. For real. My man is playing straight chess, and I'm sitting there learning every move. Learning every move. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, like I say, everybody got to be a student at some point. You just can't jump into the grandmaster. Bruce Lee had a teacher to teach him karate. Y'all think Bruce Lee was that raw? You thought he just woke up and said, yeah, what? You thought he was just that raw? He just woke up out of sleep and just knew all the moves, knew all the kicks, knew all the punches. Y'all think that y'all a damn fool. That man was a student first before he became a teacher. You have to become a student first of the game before you can become a teacher. You have to be a student at chess before you become a grandmaster. before you become like the Bobby Fischer and all them. What was that his name? The white boy chess master. You you got to be a student of the game, baby. So I'm a student of the game. I'm learning. I want to learn. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else want to argue. No, man. These people playing chess and we playing checkers. And I got to know how to move. Or else I'm doomed. And y'all are too. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't help but to, speak on something like this. And agree with my man. You know what I'm saying? I know people, yeah, man, hey, man, look, it's nothing personal. I don't know y'all, and y'all don't know me. It's nothing personal, man. It's just that I feel this way. I've learned a certain way now. I know better, and I'm doing better. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, so I can't say this person wrong, this person right, and vice versa. I can't say that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, but this is what I do know, and this is what I've learned, and this is written. You know what I'm saying? And you can look it up and you can find definition to these words. That's all I can give you. Now, you don't believe the definition, you don't believe the words, that's your choice. That's up to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't think this mean that and that mean that, then that's on you to find out what it means. And if you never find out what it means, you just say F it and forget it. That's your choice. You supposed to do that. That means you were supposed to do that. That means you're not supposed to be part of the pack. That's all that means. You ain't part of the plan. You just being used for whatever God's going to use you for. And then once he's done, he done. You not part of the pack. That's simple and plain. So, those that hear it, feel it, understand it, know it, you part of the pack. You part of the pack. You Hebrew Israelites, not part of the pack. Y'all not part of the pack because y'all don't understand it. And y'all don't hear it. Y'all being taught by somebody else that don't know what he talking about. Or she. That's plain and simple. Y'all have been taught by people who don't even know what they're really talking about, ain't really search what they're doing. They just jump into it because it avoids their real responsibilities in life. It takes them away from their real responsibilities in life because they don't want to. That's all. Plain and simple. I get it, guys. I get it, but stop trying to convince people that this is the way and so you can get money like all these other pastors out here. Just talk your talk. If people feel like you telling the truth, they're going to follow you regardless. Some of these people are stupid. You ain't got to be mean and force and argue with Muslims and do that dumb stuff. Y'all ain't got to keep going back and forth with each other. Same way with the Muslims. If people feel like y'all telling the truth, they're going to run with y'all, which most of the guys do in prison. They run right to y'all. And that is a concern within itself. You know what I'm saying? Because what y'all offering to them is false doctrine. That's what y'all offering them. Y'all giving them an easy way out. That's why they keep going back to jail. That's why they keep doing crimes. That's why they keep getting into stuff. Because you still giving them it ain't like a person woke up today, a regular citizen said, all right, I'm going to join and be a Muslim. Yeah, he going to try to be an upstanding Muslim because he's going to do what he really believes that y'all about. He's going to be about that too. You know what I'm saying? But you recruiting people from jail and you trying to tell them they're going to have a better future with Allah and they out there selling papers and bean pies and they ain't reaping no benefits and they just out here being foot soldiers. What you think they getting ready to do? A lot of them just use it in jail and come home and don't even follow up. So I don't know if Jesus is white. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if he is, like Charleston say, he got people food stamps, you know what I'm saying? I ain't stuck on color, but that was hilarious, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if that's the truth, then that's the truth. Jesus is Jesus to me. I don't care what color he is. He my color, he your color, he their color. He's whoever color that feels and hear this in here. You know what I'm saying? That's whatever color he is. Now, let's settle that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just know people need to go ahead and stop arguing about what they is and what they are. Stop getting emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going by what somebody told you and you believe it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't really showed you no definitions. They ain't really showed you how to go find what they talking about. They ain't really showed you nothing. You know, they get, they let people take stuff out the Bible and write their own book, their own narrative, which you're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to alter the Bible. You're not supposed to change the words and altering it means taking passages and making a book, your own personal book out of them, trying to make it mean what you think it means. You're not supposed to be doing, y'all ain't supposed to be doing that. And that's what a lot of y'all doing. Y'all ain't supposed to be doing that. Y'all ain't supposed to be saying, look, right here, such and such wrote this, and they said such and such. You ain't supposed to be going by what such and such of them said. Such and such need to show you where did their stuff come from. Prove it. Did it come from ancient texts? Where did it come from? Does it line up with the Bible? Bible don't give no specific race or a color, I should say. It gives you specific nations. The Hittites, the Moabites, the Jews, Israel, all that. He gives you specifics. He don't say black, white, blue, pink. So where's the source coming from? Where does it specifically say black people are the 12 tribes? That is made up. That's somebody that wrote that. No. 12 tribes have nothing to do with black people. That's Jewish. Strictly Jews. Them people over there in Israel fighting them Pakistanis and the Iranians and all them over there. Them people. That's their lineage. That has something to do with them. We come in New Testament, y'all. New Testament. Black people focus on the New Testament. Stop letting them pastors keep taking y'all back to the Old Testament, trying to reference it to you all and y'all situation. No. That has nothing to do. Only time they should be referencing something, they say, hey, they taking something from the New Testament and they reading something from the Old Testament. See, this is the same thing, and that's the only way. When they say turn to Genesis chapter, when they start out like that, no. Don't let them make that struggle, the Jewish struggle, part of your struggle. Because like Charleston say, man, we were the ones we are a different kind of people. He's right. Hell, I'm thinking like, man, maybe we should drop that African American. Maybe we should drop that crap. We not African. We strictly American. Or we can be something else. Hell, they got all these other groups. Why we can't call ourselves something else? You know what I'm saying? And I believe that's why this government keep giving us a hard time, because they playing with our emotions. They know. That's why they keep talking about everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because they know what we talking about ain't true. They know that. They know we can get way more than everybody else. If we drop that bull crap, that slavery bull crap, we drop that, we can get what we want. But we won't drop that. We want to hold on to that. That's why they're saying, well, it's hard to prove, and it's going to take research to find out who's who. That's why they doing that. No, F that, bump that. We don't want that. Let's start from Jim Crow. Nigga, let's start from Jim Crow. Matter of fact, let's start when y'all freed the slaves and didn't give them anything. Let's start from now. I'm talking about the ones that spoke English, the 1800s, the 1890s, the 1900 people. That's what I'm talking about. Them folks. Or we could start with Jim Crow when y'all We can start when y'all killed Emmett Till, who wasn't even from the South. He from my hometown. We can start right there if y'all want to start 1955. But see, they got us stuck in that, and they using other black groups to do it. They got us thinking, oh yeah, no. No, that's why I agree with Charleston. Like, no, man, we ain't had no language, dude. No, we did not. No, we did not. That first slave baby that was born on American soil, it's no longer African. Now, to old boy's thought, what he was saying, his opinion to what he was saying, I will say this. Now, if you want to say they tried to stop the slaves from speaking and talking, and they did this and that, okay, we could probably say that. But let's just say those African slaves wanted to teach their children their native tongue. White folks say, no. We catch you teaching them the native tongue, your native tongue, we're going to cut your tongue out. Remember, they couldn't, you know how long it'll take to teach them to speak English? Do you know how long it would take to teach them slaves how to speak English? Most of them died before they got here. Most of them died before they got here. That stuff just don't happen like that, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. By the time they learn English, they would have a village of kids older than me that could speak fluent English better than I could. By the time them old Africans learn how to speak English, their kids would be teaching them. They wouldn't even have the time. They wouldn't even. How am I pick cotton and sit and learn English? Somebody answer that for me. How I'm gonna pick cotton and learn English at the same time? You can't. You can't. So you have to been taught from birth, from a baby on up, until you're able to reach that age to go out there and pick cotton. That's hard to do, even as the slave masters and the overseers. That's hard for them to do. Make sure you picking cotton, ain't running away, and trying to teach you how to speak English. They wasn't trying to teach them how to speak nothing. They was making them work. Then when them babies was born, that's who was taught the English language. See, y'all got to be realistic. Nobody has time for that. You at work, you a manager. How often do you got time to stop and train? Unless you just got one of them jobs that you can kick back. But if you a manager, you always at meetings and doing it, how do you have time to stop and always train somebody? That's why you hire people to do that. Or you put people in position, a lead or something, to train the new employees that come in. You come in, say what you got to say, and do what you got to do. You don't have managers coming in and only time the managers, even when you start work, the manager gonna have somebody training you. He's not gonna be sitting there 24/7 with you training you, unless you as his assistant manager. He has to train you because you under him, or you a supervisor of some sort. So he has to train you. But other than that, it's a lead or another employee training you. Your manager's not sitting there with you 24/7. He can't. It's impossible. The overseer can only do so much. Your trainer can only do so much. And he still has to do his work. So he can't teach you everything at once. You have to learn over time by observing with this and this, listening. That's how you get everything. You have to get it over time. You're not going to get in a 2 weeks of training, 3 weeks of training, maybe a month, if that, if you're that good. So, but you're not going to get it if the training is 2 weeks. You're not going to get everything in 2 weeks. It's impossible. Who's going to teach you 30 years of stuff in 2 weeks? You have to learn these things over time. So by the time the new kids came along, they were babies. They were toddlers. They had all the time in the world to sit and play with white kids, learn how to talk. You know, they was pets for white kids. So those little white kids spoke English to them. You know, they learned how to say hi, hello from them. Hi, hey. They learned their language from them and from the master. How y'all think Nat Turner learned the Bible? Nat Turner wasn't speaking African. He was speaking English. He was reading an English Bible. He wasn't speaking no African. That's a prime example. He was taught by the slave. He was a child taught by the slave master's wife. He was a toddler. Or the slave master, I believe, taught him. Somebody taught him. One of the wife was, but I believe it was the wife that sat down and taught him. Because I think as the movie portrayed, he was trying to read a book, and she said, "No, that book is not for Negroes, for Negroes. This is the book for y'all." And she opened up the Bible. One of them opened up the Bible and started teaching him how to read it, so he can read it to the people. But they was teaching them what they wanted him to know, like everybody else do. That's all people do. People just want to teach and tell you what they want you to know. They don't want you to find out the whole truth, because you found the whole truth for yourself, and you don't need them. You know what I'm saying? People want people to need them so they can get rich and get rich and get rich. That's what it's all about. So I can get something from you. These people don't really want to help you. So with that being said, I gotta go. I'm out.